Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. So, today is going to be a topic that a lot of you have requested that I talk about. We're going to be talking about Niantic's recent measures towards cheating in Pokemon Go. They are doing a lot to combat cheaters of all different varieties, and I do want to talk about what the implications are for the entire Pokemon Go community, as well as what this could mean for the future of Pokemon Go. Alright, so with that said, let's roll the intro and jump right into it. Alright, so before I start this discussion, I have to preface and say that I do not condone spoofing or cheating of any kind. If you want to risk your account getting banned in order to get an advantage in Pokemon Go, that is your decision. I'm not going to tell you whether or not you should spoof, but I do not agree with it and I do not think it's good for the game. So if you are looking for a video discussion talking about why spoofing is okay, then you're in the wrong place, and I just have to make sure you are clear of that before we get started with this discussion. Alright, so let's talk about Niantic's recent measures to combat spoofing and cheating of all kinds. Recently, Niantic stated that they are looking to ramp up the anti-cheating measures, and they're going to be using different technologies that they did not use before. Some people, especially those in the spoofing community, have speculated that they are using some sort of machine learning algorithm in order to determine whether or not you are playing the game legitimately or you're using some sort of cheat of any kind. Of course, this is conjecture because we do not actually know exactly what Niantic is doing this time around when it comes to the anti-cheating measures, but we can determine that it has been effective. There are quite a lot of spoofers who have reported that their accounts did in fact get banned, so whatever Niantic implemented, it's certainly curbing a lot of the cheating in Pokemon Go. And this doesn't just apply to spoofers as well. It seems like Niantic is also targeting multi-accounters and people who use maps for perfect IVs, so even if you are not a spoofer, but you use all of these other illegitimate methods to play Pokemon Go, you are still at risk with this most recent initiative. So what does this mean for the Pokemon Go community? Well, believe it or not, a vast majority of Pokemon Go players break the terms of service. Even some players may not be aware that they are doing it. And because of that, there will likely be cases where false positives will happen, so I have a hard time believing that Niantic is going to outright ban every single player that they determine is cheating. But for the most egregious of cases and for the most obvious spoofers, I believe they will eventually get banned. I mean, if you think about it, I don't think it's feasibly possible to travel 100 kilometers within a couple of seconds, so for all of those spoofers who are teleporting around, I do think those players will eventually get banned if they are not banned already. Like, if it's true that there is an algorithm that is detecting abnormal play, spoofers who do egregious and careless activities will be detected very easily. Now, as for multi-accounters, account shares, and people who use maps for perfect IVs, I really do not know what Niantic is going to do. I'm pretty sure there's just a lot of players out there who are using multiple devices with multiple accounts, and of course, there are players out there who very frequently account share on the same device. In fact, I know a lot of players who do that without realizing that it is breaking the terms of service, and what they are doing is an offense that could potentially get them banned. But the thing is, Niantic has not really had a history of banning people who share accounts or use maps for perfect IVs. I mean, there is a possibility that Niantic could start banning these players right now, whereas before they just let it slide. So we really do not know exactly how Niantic is going to approach cheating in 2022. All we know is that Niantic has a newfound initiative to combat cheating, but we really do not know the full scope of how they are going to attack people who use different advantages that other players do not have. Are they going to finally try to clean up Pokemon Go, and they're going to go after all different forms of cheating, or are they only going to target spoofers? We really do not know, but I do think that eventually we will see the full scope of their intentions with their new anti-cheating measures. I think it's best that you just try to scrub your entire account of any form of cheating. Like, if you are a spoofer and you do not want to see your account banned, then I do think it's time that you quit spoofing. And of course, for people who multi-account and use maps and scanners for perfect IV Pokemon, I do think that it would be a safe idea to just scrub yourself of any of these methods so that you don't risk yourself getting banned. Now, I do hear this come up quite a lot, that if Niantic were to ban every single spoofer, then they're going to lose out on a lot of revenue and Pokemon Go is going to die. I've always kind of disagreed with this sentiment, mainly because logically, if you think about it, Niantic gets a vast majority of their revenue outside of in-app purchases. They have those special ticketed events, and they also have a lot of sponsored stops and gyms, which they do generate revenue from. So because of that, I don't necessarily believe that Niantic is going to suffer, even if they decide to remove every single spoofer. Yes, they will lose out on a lot of money, but it's not going to be enough where they're going to consider spoofing okay. So that is something that I do think spoofers need to keep in mind. You're not safe just because you spend a lot of money in this game. That is a fact that not a lot of spoofers are willing to accept. It's like I said earlier in this video, if you do not want to see your account banned, then I think now is the time for you to scrub your account clean of any ways of breaking the terms of service. That includes spoofing, multi-accounting, using maps and scanners for perfect IVs. All of that stuff could risk you getting banned, and that's something you definitely need to keep in mind. Now, in regards to my own personal thoughts and opinions regarding this situation, honestly, I really do not know where I stand. On the one hand, I would like to see spoofers completely removed from Pokemon Go, mainly because they really do not do anything for this game, and there are cases where spoofers are actually very harmful for Pokemon Go communities, especially when it comes to gym battles. But for the past couple of years, it seems like the spoofing community has drastically declined, and that is of course because of the introduction of remote raid passes and a lot of other mechanics that involve giving you a lot more at-home play. So I don't even know if these new measures are even necessary. Maybe Niantic is starting to go after other forms of cheating aside from spoofing, but I haven't really heard any reports of people who use scanners getting banned or people who use multiple accounts getting banned, but we might start seeing that really soon. I myself am a little concerned about that because I do have quite a lot of friends who use multiple accounts and use maps to hunt down perfect IVs. We really do not know what the ramifications of these new measures will be, but I really do hope Niantic treads carefully because this could actually be very problematic for Pokemon Go as a whole, but at the same time, it could be a good thing as well. We really do not know, but we will find out really soon here in the future. One final note that I want to close this video on is that this is not the first time that Niantic has done this. We've seen them talk about having new measures in the past to combat cheating, and of course, spoofing is still a thing. There's certainly a lot of spoofers out there who have avoided bans even during the last several ban waves, and I do think that no matter what Niantic does, players will fall through the cracks. So I really hope Niantic is being very realistic about this so that we do not have a lot of false positives, because I do think that is where this could be really harmful for the Pokemon Go community as a whole. There's a lot of notable cases of false positives, and of course there's a lot of people who do experience bans unrightfully that we just do not hear about. So yeah. Anyway, these are just my thoughts and opinions regarding the new initiative to combat cheating, but I would love to know your thoughts down below. Are you someone who spoofs and are worried about your account getting banned? What are your thoughts regarding all of this? I would specifically like to know. Let's have a great discussion and let's keep it civil. And that's going to be it for this video. And I really hope you found it to be enjoyable. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel in any way, then do consider checking out the links in the description below. And yeah, that's going to be it. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, keep your account clean, and I will catch you all later.